everybody, and welcome to the Weekend Big Show powered by Law Dog Sports. I am Chuck Ramsey, the Law Dog, here with you for a beautiful, hot Friday in western Oklahoma. And in Normantown is one ruler of the airways, Jeremy Schroeder, and we are here with you for probably the next hour. You never know if it could go longer to talk sports with you about the all the football going on and just so much going on in the world of sports. Jeremy, this episode is titled Football is Just Getting Comfortable and Hoops is Already Crashing the Party. We had Thunder training camp start up, and we've got exhibition games tonight. Phoenix Suns versus the LA Lakers and the New Orleans Pelicans hosting the Melbourne United, whatever they are.
Yeah, I miss when the the first round exits, so it seemed like there was an actual off season. Man, June 22nd was game 7 of the NBA Finals, and here we are.
You're closer to July 4th at the end of the NBA season than you are to Memorial Day. I mean,
yeah.
And, I guess really, yeah. So just craziness, but college football's setting up. Last week was really for us to be off and not to have Oklahoma, Oklahoma football to talk about. Pretty amazing the fact that there were so many big games last week.
There was some that Alabama-Georgia game was a great football game.
Yeah.
Trying to remember, what was the other really good game that day? Oh, yeah. USC losing to Illinois.
Yeah, that was good. Penn State did a full Franklin. I mean,
hey, it's Franklin.
That's so funny. But, apparently, all of us have kids in the range that watch the animated series on Nickelodeon called Franklin.
Yeah, that it's just we talked about that Friday morning.
Yeah,
that when Penn State comes up against a team that has just as much talent as they do, the difference is coaching, and they typically lose.
Yeah, and what a waste of whiteouts they've had during this era.
I think Dan Lanning had enough whiteout on the sideline of that game.
Woo! I asked. All right, so what we're talking about. And by the way, we are streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. I apologize if you comment on Twitter. We may not see it, so I will. I'll try to have Jeremy monitor the X page. But yeah, so if you didn't see what we're talking about, and those pages are Law Dog Sports, Dan Lanning in the post game, and I said this about the Michael Irvin clips at the Miami and what was that, Notre Dame, or was it South Florida?
I believe it was.
It's been several.
It was Notre Dame.
Okay. When he's cranking the hurricane warning horn and standing over there, what sets me off the most with my background is somebody just kind of standing there looking in with a 1,000-yard stare and just kind of twitching. And that's what Dan Lanning was doing. And man, Jeremy, in the movie Pulp Fiction, you had Eric Stoltz telling John Travolta that cocaine is dead as dead can be, and the new drug is heroin. Well, I think cocaine's made a big comeback, and it's all in the athletic.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And here I sip my natural stimulant.
I was just thinking of the Shane Gillis sketch on Saturday Night Live. A couple beers and
a little bump. Side effects are divorce.
Yes.
I did actually laugh at Shane Gillis on that one. That was pretty good. But yeah, Dan Lanning, man, stoked would be the understatement of the world on that one.
Yeah.
And he was stoked to give the post-game press conference, and his team won a big game. But I contacted a friend of mine, and you knew him from when I worked with you, and he and I worked together at the airport, who was a drug recognition expert. And I sent him the clip, and I said, let me know what you think. The constricted eyes didn't lend itself to a stimulant like cocaine. That would have been more of a narcotic. But I was told that in this day and time that there's so many combinations with this kratom or whatever it is, and and stuff like that it could be a mixture of stuff. And I just thought, well, maybe just high on life.
Hell of a coach, likes to party. We had one of them around here, right?
Eugene's got a heck of a scene, I imagine.
He might be the next Barry Switzer.
Well, Scott Hill, he likes to throw a party. Oh gosh, but yeah, it was quite the post game, and then there was just a lot of good games last week. I
There
thought
were.
you had the Illinois, like you said, holding off a late run by USC, and that's a big bounce back for Brett Bielema after to drop everything, so badly against Indiana. Is Indiana the best team in the country? I mean,
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out how that play on the goal line was a fumble.
I thought so too. I sit and watch that, and officiating taking kind of a beating this season, and maybe self-inflicted, I don't know, but it was a heck of a weekend, and really without an OU game, and OSU was on. It was interesting early, but then they dropped back pretty bad. We'll talk a bit about their trip to the desert this weekend, but it without OU playing, it really does give you a little more of a chance to focus on the national landscape, and that was kind of a cool thing. And
Yeah, I did enjoy Auburn's 1 yard in the fourth quarter against
ooh,
Texas A&M.
well, I'm going to say this: I think A&M is going to give a lot of people a lot of trouble. I mean,
I think
I
they
think
are
they're a pretty
too.
good team, and to roll into South Bend and win that one after we saw what Notre Dame could do in Fayetteville last weekend,
Good God, that was hard to watch.
it was. And there's the thing about it is somebody brought up the fact Sam Pittman got the hook, and yeah, their defense gave up 56 points, and Bobby Petrino this and Bobby Petrino that, but they only scored 13. And this is maybe a generational quarterback, I think we'd said in the text thread
Yeah,
for the
he's the
Hogs.
best one they've had since probably Mallet,
Uh,
Ryan Mallet.
yeah, I could see that. Yeah. Nobody, I mean, the thing is, I thought KJ had some games where he showed out. I mean, KJ Jefferson, he just as the system went on and people kind of got the book on him, maybe it was just a struggle. But
Well,
you know,
as all things Arkansas football, except he's a huge fan. He hates everything about it. Connor Carr.
our super fan Connor Carr, super Hog fan as well, and he was calling for it from the get go, and knew what was coming, and just unfortunate that Sam Pittman seems like such a good dude, just not the right situation, and couldn't get the results.
The last branch of the John Blake coaching tree has finally been pruned.
Would you consider Rex? Well, Rex isn't coaching.
Exactly.
Phil Bennett coaching anywhere?
Phil Bennett's 117 years old.
He's not that old.
I don't
I
know,
mean,
man.
widowers don't age.
Oh, wow.
No, he may have retired. I don't know, but yeah, that Sam Pittman link probably was one of the last, and just it you hate to see the hook coming so early in the season nowadays, but we saw it with Gundy, we saw it with Sam Pittman and Pry at Virginia Tech, and then Deshaun Foster at UCLA. So obviously it's going to be a situation, but then OSU doubles down and sends the defensive coordinator packing, and
Yeah.
he's gone, and I guess they've had a couple of players also kind of shown the door or have taken their
The,
exit, whatever the case might be.
the safety that got in an altercation with one of the support staff on the sideline
Yeah,
Saturday
yeah,
against Baylor has entered the portal, but I think he was already suspended. And that support staff member is gone too.
yeah. It's just crazy days, and I'm the old belief that money ruins everything. Mo money, mo problems, Jeremy, and
Exactly.
what we're seeing now with our blessed, formerly pure and pristine week fall weekend sports selection of college football.
I
And
miss paper bags with $100 bills in
I
them,
was gonna
and
say, what was wrong with the backdoor deals and stuff? I
nothing,
mean,
nothing was wrong with it.
because I would imagine, Jeremy, there was a barter system back then too.
Oh,
Hey, I got a lake
absolutely.
house up at 10 Killer. You come play
Yeah,
here. You get it three
yeah.
times a year. I mean, just
Hey, Buzz, you want a Jeep or a
yeah, yeah.
Corvette? Both.
I
Cool.
mean,
All yours.
barter system worked. I'm sorry. Anyways, but
But
still, like I said, a great weekend for football, and I didn't do very good in the picks. I will freely admit that I think it was a 7-game weekend for me on the college football pick'em.
I did okay, but I picked mostly chalk.
I think
Not
I tried to
not
branch out a
great.
little bit.
I came
But
back to the I came back to earth a little bit this weekend or last weekend.
yeah,
We'll
let's
see.
take a look at the standings here in the college football pick'em for Law Dog Sports. It
I'm
is
I'm sitting
Connor
tight.
Carr in first place, but he's tied with a friend of mine, Bill, and then you're in third, and I'm in fourth. Max Patton right after me, and we've got a few that I have to go and remind them. Hey, bud, don't forget to make your picks this weekend. And then
And yes, I after your browbeating, I made some moves on the fantasy. Good Lord.
I had a
My
big weekend.
yeah, well, my oh God. This is my worst fantasy experience ever.
It's a lot of teams and a lot of thinned out rosters. I'll just say
Oh
that.
yeah. I
I
had yeah, and I have Derrick Henry. Well,
yeah.
unfortunately, Baltimore has no idea how to use him. 4th and 2. Lamar, just scramble around, make something happen. Don't hand it to that 6'2", 245-pound wrecking ball standing next to you.
Yeah, look, and not and I know he's older now, but I'm telling you, I still think you give him a head of steam, and there's so few people that really want to stand in front of that train.
Yeah, there's not a lot. Steve Atwater's retired.
Yeah,
You know,
John Lynch is in the front
there's,
office now.
there's not too many DBs that want that smoke anymore.
Yeah, Arizona State, Notre Dame, North Texas, Utah, Ohio State, Auburn, Iowa State, Oregon, Washington State, and South Carolina. Thank you so much that I actually reached double digits, 10 out of 25 on the college football pick 'em last week.
10 out of 25.
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
BYU screwed me. Georgia screwed me, and so did NC State. You're not
Yeah,
supposed to lose
eventually,
to the team that fired their coach.
eventually, we're just going to have to realize that Alabama is Kirby's daddy.
Yeah. Yep. And
Jeez.
then Ole Miss screwed me too. So thanks, Lane. But yeah, it's this week there's a cast of other games. I mean, picks wise this weekend. This is is it becoming a tradition that late September is just early October, late September is just other than last weekend, there's not a lot on tap this weekend that really excites me.
You're not excited for the Delaware Western Kentucky game?
Can't say that I am. And
San Jose State, New Mexico.
also now Rich Rod rolling into Provo, that that has some potential, but they're 18 and a half dogs.
Yeah, yeah. And I've seen the way that Zach Alley coordinated defenses played this year. They gave up a lot of points.
Yes, they did. They sure did. I'll just say this, Kent State coming in, and we'll go ahead and jump into talking about our preview of the OU Sooners taking on the what are they, Golden Flashes?
Yes.
Yeah, the Golden Flashes of Kent State. 10 soldiers and Nixon's coming.
Oh, my goodness.
What?
Well, the line came back to 44 and a half yesterday. Now it's 46 and a half.
See, I had it just 30 minutes ago at 45 and a half.
And the
It went
over
up.
is 52 and a half.
I promise you, Jeremy, at 12:32, I wrote that down at 45 and a half.
It is now 46 and a half.
So it's a moving.
And the over is 52 and a half, which is just bonkers.
Can we generate any excitement about Texas Tech traveling to H-Town?
Yeah, they're wearing those. Man, Houston's wearing those beautiful, beautiful Houston uniforms.
Is tonight the Love You Blue?
They got the Love You Blue uniforms on.
Yeah.
Man, I'll just soak up the sights on that one.
Yeah. Worst part about the lack of just really big games this weekend is the fact that the Longhorns will roll into Gainesville and command prime viewing.
Is that on tomorrow night?
Yeah, tomorrow afternoon, 2:30.
2:30?
Yeah.
Wow.
So would that be the ABC 2:30 game?
I believe so. So yeah, I'll be watching OU Kent State in the stadium.
Red Raiders are 12.5-point favorites on the road at Houston.
I don't see why they're
Oh,
not going to cover that. That's not a lot
yeah.
of points. I know it's in state, but they're not huge rivals. There's no
Forgive
trophy
me,
involved, is there?
Jeremy, but it is a it is a big weekend as the University of Miami, who we
Oh,
talked about just a little bit ago, is
NEO?
headed up to Florida State, Tallahassee.
NEO's playing NEO's playing in Tallahassee?
They are. They
Oh, you
are.
said
So
Miami.
Miami. The Norsemen are traveling
I
to
know
Tallahassee.
I know a couple coworkers that are going to come to blows tomorrow when that game kicks off. So,
Really
oh yeah, they're
good for them.
got one Miami, one Florida State.
Oh wow. Well,
Yeah,
one thing about it is I will say this: they, Miami, they got the look, man. I mean,
Miami's going to win, but I think Florida State will cover that spread.
4.5. So,
I
anyways,
think it's going to be tooth and nail. Florida
yeah.
State's going to bring their A game. They've got a good team. I don't know what the heck happened to them against Virginia. Besides, OU legend Chandler Morris going out there and laying it down.
Boy, no kidding. And then also, I think Gavin Sawchuk had some troubles holding with ball security.
Did he? I saw he scored a touchdown, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I was kind of off and on with that game.
Yeah. And then Mississippi State rolls into A&M. They had a chance last week.
Yeah. They're used to a loud environment with all the cowbells, but I think A&M's got a dang good defense.
Wonder if there'll be some live streams of yell practice tonight.
Oh, caramba.
All right. So Kent State comes into Norman, as we saw, a 46.5 point dog, and they have fallen to Florida State 66-10, and Texas Tech 62-14. Both those on the road. So they really, I remember going into this season, they were looked at as the probably lowest ranked team in FBS.
Yeah.
That was before Mike Gundy got his pokes out on the field. But without John Mateer, who had the surgery, we talked about it last Friday, Dr. Shin, miracle worker, but it's going to be Michael Hawkins' show. What do they show from Michael Hawkins tomorrow? It would be a great game to try to establish some amount of physical run game, right?
You think? I mean, you're playing a team that's giving up 256 yards a game. Hasn't really stopped anybody trying to run the football. You're bigger, you're stronger than them. Push them around. Go out there, be physical with them.
Yeah.
But are we going to see Jaden Ott tomorrow?
I saw some Facebook.
I don't even care anymore.
I mean, if he can get out there and perform, I'm all for it. If not,
I mean, if Torrey Blaylock breaks Samaje Perine Ryan's record tomorrow, fine. I don't care.
If you're not going to get out, if you're unable to get out there and perform, I'm not going to question his desire to play, because I mean, he'll get paid more if he keeps playing, right?
Sure.
But if your desire to play is not questioned and you're going to get out there and perform at a big high level, I'm all for it. If not, Honta Yo, man. I mean, clear the way.
Clear the way.
I mean,
because Charles Thompson reference.
That's right, baby. January 1st, 1988, the last year of athletic greatness in my life. Hey, real quick, we're sponsored by CCW Safe Legal Self-Defense Coverage with plans starting as low as $19 a month. The link that we would like you to use is at the bottom scroll, ccwsafe.com, and the reference number. Also, it is in the description of this live stream on all three of our social media platforms. I don't have a problem if they let Hawkins air it out a little bit either, because
he needs it.
If he's going to be the guy rolling into the Cotton Bowl, he's got to get the rhythm down with those receivers.
Are you saying he needs meaningful snaps?
Yes. I mean, that I know that's stating the obvious, but
yeah, I mean he's had meaningful snaps. It's Kent State. It's not going to be a moment that's going to probably bother him at all. He's played big time games at the University of Oklahoma, just with somebody that has the brain power of a toddler as the offensive coordinator last year. This year, it's a little different. He's in the offense. He's had 9 months to learn it. He should know it.
Yeah.
I would like to see him operate it. And I also want to see the wheels.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but I mean, I think you can have him work on other things.
Sure. And
play breaks down, take off, bro.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, gone.
But we're not setting him up for a short yardage keeper,
No, and he's not being set up for failure as he was last year with just, guys that were down the depth chart in starting roles that had no intention of probably playing last year. I mean, this year he's got dudes around him. He's got a great defense to lean on. He can tomorrow he should be out there just playing free.
Yeah.
Because that defense is going to dominate whenever they're on the field.
Yeah.
And they'll put up points. I don't think they're going to cover that 46.5. I'm looking 42-3, 49-6 maybe, but yeah, 46.5 points is massive when they haven't even scored that many points this season.
Well, the line is 46.5, and the over-under was 52.5. So that means that they really don't feel like Kent State's going to get much more than maybe a field goal or two.
No. And they shouldn't.
Good teams win, great teams cover.
Yeah, that is just a massive amount of points.
when you think about it, I mean, like you said, I mean, had they not gotten John Mateer, but they do bring in Ben Arbuckle. I know OU Nation well enough to know, and I'm not going to try to put a guesstimation on how Michael Hawkins performs against Michigan or against
Auburn.
But I will say this. I mean, had he been the guy after Arnold transfers out and they don't get Mateer, I don't think anybody would be complaining too bad about rolling forward with Michael Hawkins and a competent OC.
No, he's a kid that's got a ton of ability.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he was a high 3. Some had him as a 4 coming out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good ball player.
Yeah.
If you put a good coach in charge of that, you can probably unlock a lot of what he can do.
Yeah.
And the guys coordinating the offense last year, this one is still on staff for some reason, but Seth Luttrell is no longer there.
No. They've limited the damage Joe John can do.
Well, yeah. I mean, Kanek is basically a self-taught tight end.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to be real about it, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this, and I hearken back to last year after the Tennessee game when Michael Hawkins came in relief of JFA. Aaron Murray and that podcast that he does on YouTube, he broke down Hawkins's plays that he made in that game, and I thought he had, and Aaron Murray pointed out some things, and I thought, you know what, I agree with that. There were some that he's got a quick release.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously familiarity in the system now will help. I mean, he's been there in the quarterback meetings, but I don't know that. I'll just say this. Going forward after this week, because we know this is a win, going into the Cotton Bowl, I don't know, without the ability to truly run the ball, that these receivers have the ability to shake loose of the Texas secondary. And that's more of a fear, but it's also a little bit of a prediction.
Yeah. I think there are a couple of guys that they currently have on their roster that are good quality, top echelon D1 receivers. Satania, Keontez Lewis, good player. It's just kind of, we'll have to see. We got Giovanni Gibson coming back this week. Who's supposed to be very impressive. I mean, I would stick a pin on that, and we'll talk about it.
And then one Jaron Kanek.
He's
going to get open against anybody.
The great equalizer.
I would just love to see him bowl forward and just plant Michael Taaffe right in the face.
Just
Laffy Taffy.
or do the jump kick.
Yeah.
The flying knee right into his smug face.
Trey Millard shoe fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I mean, that's just going in and previewing the OU Texas game. That is my fear, is that because it was painfully obvious last year that we weren't going to get anybody open, and now,
well,
I mean,
and this is the first
we were
time
without
going.
Burks, I think, in that game, and
Yeah.
you
Well,
know,
they didn't have anybody last year. I
no.
think their best receiver they had healthy was silence. I can't even remember.
Was it the Jacobs kid or
Jacob Jordan?
Jacob Jordan?
Yeah,
Did he play in that game?
he did play in that game.
Okay,
And I think they threw for 67 yards.
Yeah, that's the one name I can remember. So
you get the ball the defense gives you gift wrapped points like 4 times in the first half. You come away with 3,
and that's all you got to do. I mean, because I think it's been proven over the last ever since the 2021 game where OU got down real fast. I think it's been proven that coming out of that tunnel and starting the game, the OU defense is going to go out there and be ready.
Yeah.
I mean, in the win in 2023, defense set it up. Picked off yours on the first series.
Yes.
I mean, now late in the game, it's a rivalry, but I think early on, like you said, if the defense gets out there and makes plays and causes things to happen, you have to capitalize.
Well, there were points in that 2023 game that Oklahoma looked like they were going to run away with it. They get a punt blocked in the end zone, untimely 3 and out when you have a chance to go up 2 scores. Opportunity. This defense now is better than that defense.
Sports Grid Radio has Alabama with plus 250 odds to win the SEC, Texas at plus 290. After that, it's Georgia at plus 650.
Really?
Oh, and that might be Terry Bowden's picks. I don't know.
Yeah, it might be Terry Bowden's picks.
Terry Bowden show. So the Bowden Blitz.
Alabama, and who was that second one they named?
Alabama best odds 250, Texas 290, and Georgia in the 6s.
So have any of these people watched Texas actually play football this year?
No, apparently not. Apparently and A&M was next. Ole Miss was next, and I think A&M after that. So
I mean, I think Texas beats Florida tomorrow, but I think that is going to be a tough defensive battle.
It could be. I mean, that Texas front 7 is just chomping at the bits to get after Arch, and you go down to the swamp, and I know Ohio State is a big place to play. The swamp is probably just under that, maybe. I don't know. I mean, depends on how the program's rolling, but
Arch couldn't tame the shoe.
No. So the swamp could be tough.
I remember a guy who planted a flag in the middle of that field who tamed the shoe.
But then also, I mean, DJ Lagway's got to figure out a way to do something. So
Sunbelt Billy will somehow pull it out.
Yeah.
And I think Texas is going to win, but would it surprise me if Florida found a way? Because that's Sunbelt Billy's MO.
Yeah.
They're going to fire me. Oh, wait, look at this. I'm going to win a game I have no business winning.
1-3 over 3-1. So, I get that. Texas with 2 running backs on the IR, Baxter and Wisner, and then Florida with 2 running backs as well on the IR. So it'll be an interesting one, but I mean, nothing from this Texas team, other than the fact their defense probably kept Justin Sayin from really, doing a whole bunch in that Ohio game. But
their defense is quality unit. Their offensive line is a little better than Oklahoma's line last year.
So what are we looking at tomorrow as far as offensive line for the Sooners? Obviously
they're going to tell you that
Susie goes, right?
I mean, hell, who knows? Who knows if Susie even plays? It's not a conference game, so there's no availability report. They'll all be in uniform. I would like to see Fasusi get out there and get some reps if he's healthy.
Yeah,
because just to get back in the swing of it, it would be nice.
Yeah, and the only injury listed on the score is John Mateer. So
yeah,
but Kent State, they've got a quarterback that has struggled, but I mean, they have played just a terrible schedule.
He's got a little wiggle to him, but
yeah,
man,
Drew DeShields, and he was 9 of 18 for 129 in their blowout loss to Florida State. He did have a touchdown, but
I liken it to what we saw with Illinois State.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, he can run a little bit. He's not a great thrower. He's not going to throw for a great percentage, especially tomorrow. He might make a couple plays with his legs, but they'll adjust to that.
Okay. Well, and so OU comes into this game 49th in total yards. Kent State 130th. I had no idea we were over 119 on teams anymore, but I guess with Kennesaw and Liberty and
sure,
places,
Sam Houston.
Speaking of Corey Hogue, throwing some shade at the New Mexico State faithful for them calling him a Sam Houston fan.
So he's been very critical of Sam Houston State.
Yeah, he has. I sent him a comical comment. I said, "Well, you are part of a Bearcat podcast, so But anyways, speaking of Texas, and we'll get to the OSU game here in just a second, and this will kind of lead into it. Our good friend John Moore, who is our Texas Rangers aficionado, and comes on and gives us profile and updates and future cast for that club in Arlington. I watched one of his episodes. I've been working out a little bit this week, Jeremy. Got on the elliptical and I set the YouTube on the TV to watch John Moore, and it's the Texas Football Podcast. Or Texas College Football Podcast. I can't remember, but he's hooked up with some folks down in Dallas that put on a real good production. And he was talking about the Mike Gundy firing and then the potential hiring and the people that could be on their way out or on their way up, I guess you could say. And being that he's a Texan, he didn't really delve off too hard into the Zach Robinson or who's the other former player that has gotten some mention. Is there any other? Well, anyway, he focused on G.J. Kinney and Traylor down at UTSA, and then possibly also the North Texas coach. And
is that Morris? Is that Morris?
Yes. Yeah, it is. So one thing about the North Texas situation is he threw out that he could even become a coordinator somewhere and make more money than he makes at North Texas. And if you saw the attendance last week for their big blowout win, they have to be hemorrhaging money in Denton. I mean, it's just but they did make it on Bad Beats last weekend. That was pretty cool. And to quote Scott Van Pelt as they show some fan sitting alone in the end zone just plastered, they get wrecked in Denton was his
nice. Nice.
So but no, I mean the domino effect could begin, but then there's talk about Colin Klein maybe being somebody to mention to get him closer to Kansas. I mean, whatever that means, but it was pretty interesting. Some of the names John threw out, and it was pretty Texas centric. But
sure,
with Mike Gundy being gone, it would be interesting to see if some of these coaches at the group of 5 level in the region, say sayonara if he doesn't get named or jump in on one of those quickly.
Oh, I know. I mean, Gundy's going to coach again, right? We kind of agree with that.
I would think. I mean,
maybe he's learned enough to adjust to this new landscape by being fired.
Yeah.
Maybe. Who knows? Heck, he could go to he could go to one of these schools in Texas and probably have a better recruiting budget than he had at Oklahoma State.
I mean, that would be the epitome of some sadness, really, if you think.
And then maybe he'll spend that money.
Well, and therein lies another thing. I would be interested to know the true, I guess you could say the true nature and money trail of what the situation was in Stillwater. But needless to say, the situation they're in right now is they're going out to Tucson and Send me down to Tucson. And they are 20.5-point favorites. You didn't catch the Mel Tillis there, did you?
I did. I was ignoring it.
55.5 over and under. Man, they got, beat.
So Oklahoma State's a 20.5-point dog?
Yes.
Okay.
Zane Flores, 60 of 120 on the season, 649 yards, no touchdowns.
He still hasn't thrown a touchdown?
No, not that I see.
Oh, my God.
They lost 45-27 at home to Baylor. They allowed 219 yards rushing by the Bears and 393 yards passing. What was Baylor's game before that one? Didn't they get beat?
Man, let me effort that. I can't even remember. It's so hard to keep up with the Big 12 these days for me.
It really kind of is, and they overloaded the teams in my.
Oh yeah. Let's see who's Baylor got this week. Are they even playing?
Yeah, they lost the heartbreaker on Friday night to Arizona State.
That's right. Okay.
So Aranda's got a pretty salty squad down there, but I don't know that it's it's nothing that you should be on your home field and be a 20.5-point dog and then lose,
Yeah, I mean, they may be just good enough to save his job, but
18.
They're 3-2.
They fired Doug Grantham after all those yards. I mean, maybe he wanted to leave. I don't know, but it's a debacle up there. I mean, they've got to find somebody, and I don't know that. Honestly, Jeremy, I don't know that you go with the upstart coach. I mean, we've said time and time again, it's a younger man's job.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you go with somebody who really, really doesn't have the track record, if you could find it, that's established some success. Now, maybe at that level, you're not going to get anybody, that big of a splash.
If you're lucky enough to hire Kenny or Trailer, I mean, they have had success. Yeah, they have built a program. So, you kind of know what you're going to get with those guys. But man, it's a tough spot. It's Oklahoma, Stillwater's a tough place to recruit to. They have some tradition, but not a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You're following a guy that is the most successful coach in that program's history.
Yeah.
Except whoever the coach was when they claimed the 1945 national title.
Well, I mean, but one thing about that too is I mean, your most successful coach ever got shown the hook.
Uh-huh.
I mean, and the program is back down. I mean, I hate to say this, but I mean, are they really any better right now than they were when they got rid of Pat Jones?
Pat Jones went winless.
Okay, so
they've at least won a couple.
One win they get this year will be one game better than the Pat Jones 0 season, right?
Yep.
I mean, I'm not trying to bust your chops. I promise. I'm just, wondering.
Yeah, I mean, they spent a lot of money on this roster. They took 40 transfers. Apparently, it's not a money problem. Which, okay, it's not a money problem. Then your coach can't adjust to NIL. He's not spending his recruiting budget, which I've been told by a good, reliable source that he left a lot of that money in the bank. He wasn't using it.
Yeah. Brent Brennan's Wildcats, they're 3-1 on the season. They did get blown out last week at Ames. I think a lot of teams would get blown out in Ames this season.
Yeah.
Noah Fafita still there, 78 of 126 on the season for 965. He's got 8 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Their big high receiver is Javen Watley, 5'10". He's got 17 catches for 264. So they,
Fafita's played well.
Yeah, in Arizona, I mean, Jed Fish left them, but he didn't leave the cupboard exactly bare.
No, he left Ted McMillan and Fafita there that, they beat Oklahoma in that bowl game.
Yeah.
And they had a good roster.
They did beat K-State back on the 12th of September. So, I mean, that was a nice win for the Wildcats. I would assume they win. I don't know if they cover that 20.5. I think OSU probably musters up something to kind of, withstand. But you've got, I mean, if Fafita goes off like what's the Baylor quarterback? I keep wanting to say Blake Chapin, but he's at
Auburn. Mississippi State.
Yeah.
Baylor's quarterback is
isn't it Robertson?
Sawyer Robinson.
Yeah. So I mean, if they let Fafita go off for close to 400 yards passing, it could be a really long day for the Pokes.
Hell, Sawyer Robinson in 5 games has thrown for 1,700 yards, 17 touchdowns against 3 interceptions.
I mean, he did well against Auburn.
Yeah,
I mean, they were in that game. Other games on the weekend, as I will probably take OSU to cover that 20.5. Was that on our list? I don't know if it was.
Let me look since I still have it up.
Got it up, yeah.
I don't see it.
Yeah. But anyway, other Big 12 action. I mean, Iowa State, they travel to Cincinnati. I can't imagine. I mean, unless Matt Campbell, pulls a Campbell.
We keep waiting on it.
Yeah. Cyclones are only a 1.5 favorite, so maybe I ought to.
I saw that, and I still took Iowa State.
11 o'clock kickoff.
I mean, 1.5. I mean,
wow.
Iowa State's got a good football team.
Yeah, I mean, and Cincinnati's 3-1. I don't know. I don't know. And plus, I mean, there's circulation out about Cincinnati giving their coach the hook, but yet he's rolling them in there against a conference favorite, just a 1.5 dog. What's this to, Jeremy?
I don't even know. I mean, I guess the wise guys in Vegas have some inside info.
They know something. Hey,
you got another Iowa State quarterback on the take?
Oh gosh, I don't know. So anyways, beyond that, like I said, man, Penn State's going to roll out to Westwood and just mop the floor with the Bruins.
They won't. That will be Penn State's fine. Look at Penn State. Look what they did to UCLA is terrible.
Yeah. Syracuse travels to Gerald Ford Stadium to take on the Ponies. Vanderbilt, Alabama. There's one. Diego Pavia rolls into Tuscaloosa after he has really written a lot of checks, and now we will get to see if his booty can cash them.
Oh, his booty can cash them. They ain't going to win, but they will cover that 10.5.
Okay, so I've actually got 13.5 on the score.
Ty Simpson looked great last week.
They had a whale of a game, and I tell you what, Kirby Smart going for it on 4th down, down there, because they could have tied it right at one time.
Yes.
I mean, golly, man, you're at home. What happened to the old adage of play for overtime or play to extend the game at home?
I don't know. I watched Sunday Night Football last week and saw 2 teams play for a tie in overtime. The Rams last night played for the win in overtime and got stuffed on 4th down. I don't even know what to do anymore.
I mean, they were at SoFi. They were at home. Dallas was that game at Dallas? Yeah, that was at Dallas, wasn't it? Yeah, I watched that debacle too. But no, I mean, in college, I mean, it goes back to what, week 1, week 2, when Jay Norvell went for 2 after they tied it up, or could have tied it up at home. I mean, I've always heard all my life, go for 2 on the road, play for overtime at home. I don't know.
Analytics.
Yep.
Or just throw them on the table and see what happens.
So we've got Texas and Florida, but I will pay some attention. And in all transparency, I will be very sparing on my college football viewing tomorrow, because it is my wife and I's 22nd anniversary, as we will be spending time together tomorrow and celebrating that. And I'm probably going to do my best to avoid pulling up the phone and the Twitter stream and the score stream and stuff like that. But anyways, Dan Narva's Spartans head to Lincoln to take on Matt Rule and the Cornhuskers. 12.5-point dogs are the Sparties.
Yeah, on the pick'em, the final spread was an 11.5.
Okay,
for Nebraska, and that's in Lincoln.
So, I'd probably take Nebraska to cover that.
That's who I've picked.
Because the defense I saw from Sparty against USC was really porous.
Yeah.
So we are streaming live, and if you are watching us live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, and I'm not sure if the Twitter comments are working, but we want to hear from you.
Let me go back to them.
Give us a
Sorry,
comment.
I was efforting.
No, you're fine. Things. And I haven't gotten any notifications that they're
no. We have not received any comments on Twitter, but we are also on at a different time.
Yeah, it was a little bit of an alteration on the schedule, but we also record these and upload them to our YouTube page as well as our Spotify page at Law Dog Sports. So, it'll be an interesting week, but really everything's just kind of setting up for next week, right?
Yes. We're going to have Oklahoma, Texas, which is the one.
Yeah.
That's going to be huge. You're going to have two
top 10 teams, right?
Two top 10 teams, man. When's the last time that happened?
I mean, unless Sunbelt Billy kind of ruins that, right?
Man, I still think that the AP would rank Texas in the top 10.
I can probably see that.
Notre Dame was winless, and they were like ranked 20th.
Yeah. It's well, and you there for the first 2-3 weeks of the season, you had some 0-2 teams staying in the top 25.
Telling you.
Much to the chagrin of some of the group of 5 schools. And we talked about North Texas earlier, and they're doing a bang up job with their schedule. But I mean, I'm not going to give any credo that's a team that could be an at-large for the playoff. Not even if they're undefeated going into the American Conference tournament.
Yeah, it's just kind of wait and see with them. I mean, I could see it.
Yeah.
It won't be like Boise, because Boise had a good football team last year, and they had one of the best players in the country.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about North Texas's roster to
They've got a great quarterback, but
they've got a good team. I mean, they're doing what they're supposed to do.
Hey, what'd you send me the Will Ferrell gift earlier for?
Well, that was yesterday.
Oh,
after my Cubbies.
Yeah,
they hadn't eliminated the Padres.
Yeah. All right.
I told you I was never gonna. I'm not gonna get worked up over the Cubs. I saw my World Series in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to be hurt again, Chuck.
Well, you got the hat on and you got the shirt on, so
baby.
More power to you, babe. I'll just say this: whoever's playing the Yankees is my favorite team. I cannot. I was rooting for the Red Sox to pull it out. Hey, real quick before we transfer to baseball, A&M hosts Mississippi State. Tulsa travels to Memphis. TCU hosts Colorado. Colorado's really not very good. No. And then Kansas makes the trip to Tampa Orlando to take on the Knights. And Scott Frost, taking on not David Beatty, Lance Leipold. And, Kansas, man, Jeremy, I mean, I had high hopes for them, and they maybe that's why Cincinnati's only the 1.5 point dog to Iowa State, because they rolled into Lawrence and rung up 37 on the Hawks.
Yeah, Kansas already has 2 losses.
I mean, they lost to Mizzou, and that was in Columbia, and Fat Andy Bernard is going to pull out all stops at home.
I mean, in Jalen Daniels' 7th year of eligibility, I expected a little more out of the Jayhawks this year.
What do you think his draft status is going to be next year? Is he somebody they'll look at
later in the draft, probably?
Because I'm just going to say the Jaden Daniels stuff. Is who's the Washington quarterback?
Jaden Daniels.
Jaden. So you got Jalen at Kansas and Jaden in Washington.
Yep.
I mean, it's great that they made a conference championship last season, but doesn't he just kind of have RG3 written all over him?
Just the injuries and
just the mobility gives him the ability to make plays, but then the mobility also gives him the proclivity to get hammered.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the whole knock on RG, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, you look at RG3 when he played, he's not a big guy. He's about 6 foot, 6'1".
Yeah.
Probably 180 pounds soaking wet. The thing with Jalen Daniels is he's listed at 6 foot 220. I mean, he's kind of trunky.
Yeah.
But he's been hurt a lot in
and
his
I realize
career.
he's not the same type of player, maybe, but I mean, we were talking about the mobile quarterback who uses his legs to create access in both aspects of the game. But no, I mean, I wanted to see Kansas play well this season. I would have loved to have seen them got the win in Mizzou, and then how they dropped it home to Cincinnati with, like I said, a coach that's on the hot seat. Just pretty odd. So college football will be fun. We will not have a college football playoff recap show tomorrow night. Like I mentioned, I am going to be celebrating 22 years of marital bliss with my lovely bride. And so we will not be on the air tomorrow night. And but we will look to return the next week and bring you a big OU Texas recap. We could even go earlier on that one since it will be a 2:30 game, but we'll see what happens. And maybe go later, give you a chance to eat with the family and everything. But it'll be a big weekend. So Texas Tech, last one, 11.5-point favorite at Houston. I'll probably take Red Raiders to go cover that. I don't see anything from Houston that I didn't see from Utah, and the Red Raider defense really shut down the Utes.
I've watched a little of Houston this year. They don't do anything that gives me any reason to not take Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Texas Tech's good.
Yeah.
Texas Tech's probably you say Iowa State's favorite of the conference. I think Tech's going to win that conference.
Sure. And Arizona State is up there too. I mean, it's a three-headed monster in the Big 12. Tech, Iowa State, and Arizona State are the three I would bank on. I thought TCU, didn't they lose last weekend?
Did they? Oh, why am I still looking at Kansas? I don't want to look at Kansas anymore. Dang it. Are they even playing this week? TCU, they're playing Colorado.
But I thought TCU lost.
They lost to somebody. They're 3-1.
Yeah.
Let's see. They lost to
Arizona State.
Arizona State.
So Leavitt is really pulling the hearts out of these former Big 12 stalwarts and showing it beating before they kill them. Just that and the Baylor win.
Without after losing Scatteraboo, I thought they would take a big step back.
Yeah,
and man, that guy's fun to watch though with the Giants.
They came back from 17 points down to beat TCU. So big win for Sparky. But I'll take Texas Tech as one of the prohibitive favorites probably. And I could see any one of those three teams kind of being in the mix for that Big 12 championship. All right. So we said we would talk a little bit of basketball as training camp has started for the Oklahoma City Thunder. There's a host of exhibition games or preseason games, whatever you want to call them. I guess one's in Abu Dhabi over the weekend. Knicks and Sixers, Etihad Arena in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. So I think Etihad's the airline.
You're probably right.
If my soccer jersey sponsorship recollection is right, that's an airline. But no, it's Knicks and Sixers in Abu Dhabi. Nothing I see on the Thunder this weekend. But
I don't think they played their first exhibition until next week.
Okay, but tonight, as I mentioned, Suns and Lakers and Pelicans and Melbourne United. Jeremy, I mean, it's so quick. The NBA seems like such a quick turnaround, and I know they're not the physical,
Thunder Hornets Sunday.
Okay. Sunday. All right. I know they're not the physical, I mean, it's a grueling endurance test, but it's not like, football where for 18 games you're going to get just pile drived. But I will say this. I mean, if we see more Achilles injuries this season, you've got to push back the preseason, right? I mean, I know they want to make money, but good grief, give it till Halloween.
Well, the Achilles injuries seem to be a recent thing.
Yeah.
I mean, they played 82 games for how long? Guys go play in the Olympics. Guys play these, they hoop all summer. They go play in California. They go play in New York. We've never seen a rash of Achilles injuries like this. I think we need to look at the technology and the footwear.
I might be with you on that because I hate seeing low-rise shoes on players.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not certain it's the low-rise shoes, per se. I think it may be something in the traction they're able to get and sustain with the floor. Oh, yeah. We've never seen anything like this. I mean, before Kobe, when's the last time you remember an Achilles injury, like a major one in the NBA?
Yeah, that's a good question. Hey, while you ponder that, I just want to mention A Plus Roofing and Construction sponsors our program, 580-772-7587. The number is up there, and Damon Schultz, he owns that one out here in Western Oklahoma and does a great job. Also, not just roofing, but also any sort of remodeling job you might be interested in doing, and he can get it handled for you, not just in Western Oklahoma, though. Also, he is in the metro, 580-772-7587. It's up there at the top left, just above my pretty face. But no, Achilles injuries, I don't remember. Did Magic have one back in the old days?
No, he had something else.
Yeah, he did that for sure.
I guess Boogie Cousins had one. Dominique Wilkins had an Achilles.
Neek, the human highlight.
Rudy Gay had
highlight
one.
Film can have them.
I'm looking at Chauncey Billups had one.
Yeah.
Verjao, Brandon Jennings, Elton Brand had one. I guess Isaiah Thomas had one.
George Murison.
I don't think he had an Achilles.
Okay. Did you see?
They say Klay Thompson had one, but I thought he just had knees.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Weird.
Well, I tell you what, you can read off the list of that, and I promise you, there's no footage that depicts what that's like more so than Halliburton. I mean, that dang calf muscle just rippled.
Yeah, and Tatum.
Which Tatum?
Jason Tatum.
Oh yeah. His. I mean, I don't know if they had the angle on his though, like they did.
It's like the Eastern Conference Finals. You just point at a guy and say he's going to tear Eastern Conference playoffs because you had Dame, Tatum, Halliburton.
Must be something in the water. I don't know.
Must be.
We're good and healthy out here in the West. But so anyways, basketball getting started. I know now you're expecting a championship, but what short of a championship would you be acceptable of?
Nothing.
Championship or bust, huh?
It's
it's really hard to
get there. You get there, that's the expectation.
I saw a clip of Nikola Jokic spending, I think they said 10 minutes admonishing NBA officials that they brought in to officiate a scrimmage. So do you think he set the table to try to prevent Jalen Williams from being able to defend him?
Jalen Williams or Alex Caruso?
Well, yeah, and I meant Jay Will, not
Jay. Yeah, right. But man, I don't know these. What do you even call that region?
That's the Balkans.
The Balkans. These Balkans NBA players, Slovenia, and where is Luka from?
He's Slovenian too, isn't he?
Okay, so Serbian? maybe it's strictly a Slovenian thing where they just whine and cry every time they don't get their way.
Yeah. Did you see Bronny was taking his team shots on taking a beating on social media?
Yeah. What are we? Oh, did you see the Shedeur Sanders?
I did.
Pantomime video.
Yeah, and I've got an opinion on that. I'll just say this, and I said this on the tweet that when I retweeted it. Cleveland journalism just sucks ass.
You think?
Yeah.
Why are they interviewing the third-team quarterback?
Exactly. And I know he's Shedeur Sanders, and I mean that's the quick answer, but still, leave him alone until he, has any amount of pressure to face within that franchise, right?
Well, exactly. I mean, what other backup quarterback in the NFL is famous?
Was it Tebow?
Well, the worst thing you can be as a backup quarterback is to be famous because it's going to create controversy whether it's warranted or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because his play didn't back it up.
Well, and I mean, and all of the talk about collusion, I think it's kind of proven a lot of the unnecessary heat that these franchises didn't want to deal with. And I kind of give him some credit, really. And I've laid off the kid a bit. I think he's twerp, but I'll give him credit. I thought it was kind of uncanny to kind of go the route he did. I mean, hell, for all we know, him and Dylan Gabriel concocted that together. Who knows?
Who knows?
I mean,
I just wish it would have happened. He might be a great kid, but when things like that happen, it just makes you sour on it.
I'm not. I have resolved myself, Jeremy. I'm not going to bang on Coach Prime for press conference stuff. I think it'll all kind of prove itself out on the field, and I think that's the same concept with the son. Now, Shiloh Sanders. I don't know what his status is now. If he got picked up on a practice squad or anything,
I'm not sure what he's doing.
The one that I will rail against constantly is Fredo.
Yeah, and if Dion had success, that'd be cool to see. It'd be fun.
I mean,
I would love to see the team on the field back up the swagger on the sideline.
Personally, I'd love to see him be able to do it without all of the 5 stars that he kind of nabbed from Jackson State and brought up to Colorado. To show that you really do have a system and a program. And he's got pro guys as assistants up there. So I don't know. I mean, I know that this quarterback that I guess started the season, then he was benched, and then he's back. Gosh, I can't even remember his name now. But Salter.
Yeah, Caden Salter.
I mean, he fits the full overconfident swagger thing. I mean, I saw him in action, but I don't root against Prime anymore. I'm not. I've made it my resolution going into this college football season, Jeremy, that unless it's burn orange, or Lincoln Riley, I'm going to give a lot of teams the benefit of the doubt.
I will never give Lincoln Riley. And I just said his name. I never say his name. Tebow.
Muleshoe.
Muleshoe. Yeah, he's awful. Yeah. He's a terrible human being, and he's not a good head coach.
And he must be stopped by the year. Did you watch any of the Ryder Cup last weekend?
No, I did not get to watch any of that. I was working, and well, I watched a little bit of it, and the on-course DJ was annoying, and I turned into Shooter McGavin real quick, and then I turned it off.
People,
this is golf. People,
what's your feelings on the NL Central having to square off against each other?
Good.
You like that?
I do like that.
I got a little bit of an edge over the Brew Crew.
I head to head, they were. I think the Cubs hold the advantage head to head over the season. I think it's a good matchup for Chicago. Just want to see them get out of this round.
Yeah.
Just make it to the NLCS.
For sure.
I'm ready to get hurt again, just not this round.
The Brewers are minus 155 on the money line, I guess that is, and that will be 1:08 p.m. tomorrow. So you'll be able to have some college football going. No, you'll be at the game.
I'll be at the game and probably not able.
Cubs.
Man,
what do you wear that stuff for today? Then
get ready for tomorrow. I'll have. You know what? I will have the YouTube TV on the phone.
What are what's the cell phone boosters? What's their prowess there at Owen Field now?
Once you get inside the stadium, there's free Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
so it's actually pretty good.
I bet that router just smokes.
But it seems like once the game ends, they just turn it off. If you remember us trying to do a college football wrap up last year after the Alabama game, and
I can remember trying to get just a call out from inside the stadium back in 2000. It's
quite a bit different now because you do have the free Wi-Fi in the stadium during the game. But once that's over, man, those cell towers are just overloaded.
So Major League Baseball tomorrow, Yankees travel to the Great White North to take on the Blue Jays, and then also Dan Narva's Tigers travel to the Great Northwest to take on Cal Raleigh and the Mariners. I will partake. I'm just going to say this. Wednesday, the softball regionals for Weatherford moved up a day because I think both teams might have had homecoming this week. So they had the option to do Wednesday and Thursday or Thursday and Friday. And Tuttle hosted the regional. So we were at Tuttle 2 days in a row. And I'm telling you, Jeremy, you can probably tell by my nose and the kind of golfer's tan line there. I got so roasted the first day. We were staring in the sun for 2 straight hours. And our game against Tuttle that day went 12 innings. And it was like, holy cow. But Weatherford got the win. We went back for day 2. Yesterday we had more shade, but I'm telling you, like I said, I did some exercising this week, trying to get back in some semblance of shape, get the old cardio thing going. And what I realized is the sun. Remember Beavis and Butthead movie? Beavis and Butthead Do America when they're lost in the desert.
Yes.
The sun sucks.
Yeah.
I'm not dead. But I said that to my broadcast partner, Jake Mills. I said, the sun sucks. And so, but and I will freely admit, Jeremy, that endeavor, 2 days of calling softball, definitely interfered with some of my baseball watching over the last couple of days. I watched the first night of Yankees and Red Sox, and then I think I lost out on the rest.
I got to partake in the Cubs Padres yesterday for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun until Keller in the ninth decided that I'm gonna go 0-2 on 2 straight hitters and hit them both.
Well, Pencil Neck today was on board talking about favoring the Yankees for the World Series, so maybe that's a kiss of death.
Yeah, at least he's not picking the Cubs, even though he's in Chicago now.
No, he'll try to be the antithesis.
You got to pick the bigger market.
Dodgers and Phillies start tomorrow. Also, that'll be a pretty interesting series. I actually interviewed Phillies general manager Dave Dombrowski's wife earlier last month.
Yeah,
he is a Clinton alum and former ESPN Sports Center anchor. So, Perry Ross, and it was a fun one. So, we're expanding our
Harper
contact.
like in real life.
Do what?
What's Bryce Harper like in real life?
Is he hunky? But no, I mean, is Schwarber going to have a big postseason?
God, I hope so. I love Schwarbs.
Anyways, but it'll be fun, and like I said, with this not being the biggest, I'll be interested to try to keep up as best I can with the Florida Texas game, but I don't know. It's just one of those things. But we need to start getting out of here. Jeremy, one last thing that I wanted to go over, and I'm trying to find my sheet of paper I wrote it on. But the great Billy Gillespie. Did you see that he has been put on administrative leave at Tarleton State?
I did see that.
And apparently an interim coach is taking over this early in the season for the Cowboys. They're the Cowboys, I think. Or are they the Steers?
I think they're the Cowboys.
Okay. And Tarleton State is in Stephenville, Texas. And what do you think the prime comment was that caught my attention on the posting about Billy Gillespie being put on administrative leave at Tarleton State?
Man, I couldn't even venture a guess.
Comment that won the internet for the day is it must take a lot to be put on administrative leave at a program that has their stadium named after Art Briles.
What did he do? It must have been. Did he? He must have people buried underneath the floorboards of his house.
The other comment that caught my attention was Kentucky broke Billy. But anyway, so that was interesting to see. And another comment that I wholeheartedly agree with 100% was he should have never left UTEP. He could have turned that into a mid-major powerhouse, I think.
He could have. He's trying to do it at Tarleton.
Yeah,
I mean, can't find their mascot.
That's true. I'm pretty sure they're the Cowboys or the Steers or something.
I'm efforting it. Let's see. Head coach.
While you're doing that, let me mention All-American Emergency Vehicle Uplifters. Sorry. Anyways, upfitters. Sorry, my bad. All-American Emergency Vehicle Upfitters. That's my friend Kenny McGuire. And if you are in connection or you involved with a fire department, public safety of some sort, and you need a vehicle upfitted for public safety use, this company is the company to get hold of. All-American Emergency Vehicle Upfitters. Kenny McGuire, a good friend of mine, and call him at 580-661-2380. That's 580-661-2380, and I'll leave that up on the scroll for a while. Jeremy.
Charleston State Texans.
Okay, that's what
Texans.
it was. Yeah. Well, I'd go with Cowboys, I think, or something. But
not a fan of the Texans.
That's probably taken away. Billy just, he was at A&M for a while too, wasn't he? Didn't he leave UTEP to go to A&M?
That sounds right.
And you talk about a guy whose career was just on the total upswing, and then I don't know, but I just don't know. Hey, what's your take on the Bad Bunny Super Bowl selection?
I mean,
you're a little more in touch with a lot of things younger than me. What is a Bad Bunny, by the way?
He's a Puerto Rican singer.
Yeah, I mean, he did a good job in Happy Gilmore too.
He was, that was funny. I don't know, man. It seems like there hasn't been a good Super Bowl halftime show since
Tom
Prince
Petty,
doing Purple Rain in Minneapolis.
Yeah, Prince was probably one of the greatest and last great ones. So yeah, I get that.
But you're in San Francisco.
Yeah,
it should have been Metallica.
Yeah.
Or
maybe the Grateful Dead. And they still go around, don't they?
Gary Garcia's.
Well, I know, but Bob Weir's still alive, I think.
I don't know, man. I don't know who was the halftime show. I guess Dr. Dre and
Snoop Dogg,
that one was entertaining at least.
It's so funny because I avoided that music so hard back in the 90s because I was a rookie cop and I was like, I'm not listening to that gangbangers, and man, I hear it now. It's like, I just got a glimpse of the Houston blue uniforms, and they are a thing of beauty. I do wish they could. I do wish, Jeremy, that they could maybe not incorporate the red stripe on the pants.
Well, they had to change parts of the uniform because
cease and desist order from
cease and desist order.
Yeah.
But guys, get over it. Get over it. You move the team.
Yeah.
Okay. They're not claiming to be the Oilers. They're just using a uniform pattern that's similar to one that was used in Houston for decades.
Yep.
And all the police cars down there at one time were that Columbia blue, were they not?
I believe so. Yeah.
That Columbia blue has been synonymous with Houston since, was it Bud Adams?
Yes.
Who was a KU alum, used those colors on his team.
I just quoted you on a retweet of John Mateer and Cam Ward in action at Wazoo.
I did see that, yeah.
We need to get out of here. He's Jeremy Schroeder, ruler of the airways. I'm Chuck Ramsey, the Law Dog. And as I mentioned, All-American Emergency Vehicle Upfitters. Check them out. If you are, so many people are involved in public safety, or if your job has you involved with trying to procure public safety, transportation, fire, police, EMS, All-American Emergency Vehicle Upfitters is your place. And then also I will mention our other sponsor, our primary sponsor, once again, CCW Safe, legal self-defense coverage with plans starting as low as $19 a month. Visit them at the link on the bottom scroll, and also that link is in the description here on the social media platforms. They handle everything from legal defense to physical, financial, and emotional support so that you can focus on what really matters. CCW Safe, founded by two out of three guys that I know extremely well and work with. So check that out. Jeremy, you'll be at the game tomorrow, so I probably won't be able to check in with you, but we'll come back next Friday with a weekend big show.
Sounds great. Let's do it.
Let's do it. He's Jeremy Schroeder, and we'll be rooting on his Cubs and Dan Narva's Tigers. And I'll just make that my picks right now out of friendship. So, anyways, we are the Weekend Big Show powered by Law Dog Sports. Be safe out there. Don't text and drive, and sure don't drink and drive. And follow us on all of our platforms, particularly YouTube. Subscribe at lawdogsports.com. We'll talk to you next week.